stranded in Oklahoma with no hotel, no car. RJ literally snatched Halo off the ground, walked out, hopped in the car, and left. Didn't tell me where they were going, didn't tell me when they were back, didn't take any of his stuff. He's not allowed to do that. Just traveled, got up at 5 a.m., took a 13-month-old on the plane. Just had to get off the phone with the police. And I had to describe what my child was wearing, my 13-month-old was wearing. Didn't make sure he had a pacifier, didn't make sure he had his lovey blankets or anything. Doesn't know what time he last ate, doesn't know what time he last slept. He's never had him for more than like 30 minutes. This just shows how little he cares about his child. So now I'm waiting for police to get here. It's crazy to me because you're...
Fuck, I'm talking to you, bitch. Please. Man, I don't care if you have me on recording. I could care less. I just don't want to, what I'm afraid of, because of who you are, as me, like, taking him, and then you, like, fighting me off of him, and then you like, oh my God, you abused me.
No, I wouldn't do... First of all, you have laid hands on me before, so...
Get the fuck out of here.
You have.
That stupid shit.
I have pictures of it.
I know.
And text messages of it.
You have pictures of it right here?
Yeah, and you text me.
Who the fuck is gonna care about that?
Who's gonna care?
Who's
gonna care?
Bro, there are bruises of... You know what? I don't even have to get into that.
But they came from your hands.
Of course they did.
Okay.
Did I punch you? Did I slap you?
Just because you didn't punch me doesn't mean that it's okay. Wow.
Halo, come back.
Wow. No. At the end of the day, if you like the fact that you can sit here and allow... No, because your child has been traveling since 5 a.m. He's been traveling since 5 a.m. and you're sitting here making him wander around a hotel. I'm not playing victim. I'm saying
my house.
No.
You went to Miami and you were
First of all,
and your parents kept it.
Yeah, my mom is more of a parent to him than you have ever been.
Dead or alive. Shut up.
Can you pick the hotel? Because I have to be there for 45 days.
You went to Miami and were thought you get the hotel.
That's not the document that you signed, sir. It is now 7:26 p.m. I've been sitting in the lobby since 2 p.m. and still no room. Halo's still not back. Don't know where he is. I hope he ate dinner. I hope... I mean, poor thing's been up since 5 a.m. His bedtime was an hour ago. So I hope he is back soon, because technically his visitation schedule that he's supposed to have access to the child, is from 8 to 8. So I would hope that he does at least abide by that part and bring him back by 8 p.m. So another 33 minutes, hopefully, and I will have my baby back. I genuinely... I really don't even know what to... I've never in my life experienced anything like this, and I pray that nobody else has to. So all I have to say is be careful who you have a baby with. Yeah, because sharing a child that you love with somebody who is literally a horrible person is not for the weak.
Yeah, can I go first? I know I was late.
Yeah. So according to TMZ, RJ Hampton, a former NBA first-round draft pick, berated a woman, told her to shut the F up, and admitted to leaving bruises on her body. And the disturbing behavior was captured on video. Tiffany Jeffcoat, a social media influencer who shares a child with Hampton, posted a footage of the 23-year-old basketball player on her TikTok page Monday. Jeffcoat claimed the video was shot in an Oklahoma hotel after she and their 13-month-old son had just traveled 11 hours to see RJ. In the video, RJ can be heard calling Tiffany a bitch before she began discussing an apparent recent incident of domestic violence between the two. Tiffany can be heard telling Hampton she had bruises on her arms that came from your hands. Of course they did, Hampton said in response, before he added, Did I punch you? Did I slap you? When Tiffany appeared to acknowledge that he did not, Hampton responded, so shut the F up. Late in the video, as the two were arguing about a trip Tiffany had taken to Miami, Tiffany told Hampton, my mom is more of a parent to him than you have been. I don't care if your mom is dead or alive, Hampton responded. Shut up. The video then ended with Hampton telling Tiffany to pay for her own hotel. And two other videos Jeff Cole posted Monday, she also alleged that at some other point during the day, RJ literally snatched our son off the ground, walked up, hopped on the car, and left. She said through tears, Hampton didn't take any of the toddler's stuff. In her caption on the video, she claimed she called the cops, but they told her it was a civil matter. In a follow-up video that was apparently filmed hours later, Tiffany said she had still yet to hear from RJ. No further videos, updates have been posted, although Jeff Coat did show a picture of a toddler sleeping on the Instagram stories on Tuesday with the caption, thank you to everyone who reached out. Go ahead, Law.
Man, listen here. You can clearly see this is one of those. Look, first off, I'm gonna go ahead and say, when you put your dick in the milk, this is what you're gonna end up with, right? First off. Secondly, bruh, like he said, did I hit you? Did I slap you? No. It's easy for a white woman to get a bruise. That's the second thing. Third, she's sitting up here mad at him because he wouldn't pay for the room. Why don't pay for the room? You should have used that money you spent when you was in Miami being a thought, like he said. You dig what I'm saying? Like, your mom's had the baby all this time while you down in Miami. Now you want to start recording me like I'm doing something wrong. I ain't even hear a brother raise his voice. You did, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to be very wary of these pulling out your phone, recording. Oh, my son it's past his bedtime. Well, you probably should have thought about that and not been out frolicking in Miami when you should have been being a mother. But that's what comes when you put your dick in the milk. Hey, you can see how the video was edited. She made it a point to make sure that she cut out certain things. He said, did I hit you? Did I slap you? Did I punch you? No. Yeah, nobody's going to give a fuck. Exactly. Nobody's going to care. So you can try and play at people's heartstrings and try and talk like he's the worst person in the world, but you were mad clearly because he wasn't paying for that hotel room. Get over it. Get over it.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Hank.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
No, what I'm going to say, Law, I don't think it matters her color. Her color doesn't matter. That's just a scorned baby mama, period. She just so happened to be a white woman, one of them good old snow bunnies. That's just so happened to be the situation. It wouldn't have mattered. It could have been a sister. She was going to act the same goddamn way. Look, it sounds like his visitation was from 8 to 8. So he had 12 hours. He didn't have to take shit from her. As long as that boy got a car seat in the car and he could strap that child in to go wherever he needs to go for whatever allotted time he's going, he got it. He ain't got to tell you if that baby ate or not. You told me he ain't ate since then, cool. I'll make sure I stop somewhere, get that baby some breakfast, make sure that baby is well nourished, well taken care of, spends the quality time I need to with my child, and then I will bring my child back at the allotted time. I'm not going to bring her back any sooner. I'm not going to bring her back late. I'm going to bring her back at the allotted time. I may sit out there for 30 minutes, knowing I'm supposed to bring him at 8:30 and bring my child on in at 8:30, if that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, but you have women like this who wants to get online, who wants to get on live and start to promote and make this man look bad, trying to belittle him, hurt him, hit his pockets, you know what I'm saying, and do all of those things. Then she tried to take shots at him. My mother is a better parent than he. Well, okay, your mother may be a better parent, but you ain't no better parent than me. Because if you just as good as me, then we both the same. We both bad parents. If that's what you want to say, you turning your child over, your 13-month-old child, so you can go act a whole ass in Miami. Yeah, you ain't much better of a parent than I am then. If that's what you want to say. But you have bitter baby mamas who will take shots like that. They will do shit like that just to try to get you caught up. But now, I'm going to fault the young man for not having enough wherewithal and sense about him to start acting a fool like he did. Now, he should have did all that shit. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. She's going to take that shit to a family court and try to use that shit against you. Because right now, the fact that you got some type of living or visitation That's sad. As a father, that's sad that you got that limited visitation that you only can keep for 12 hours. Matter of fact, you should have for all weekend. Matter of fact, all week, if that's the case. It shouldn't be no restrictions. But the reason why, because she probably took you to court and you got limited restrictions because you didn't know how to act when you needed to act. She caught you acting a fool and cussing and acting irate. She threw that on the court system in front of the judge and they used it against you. Now that's why you probably got monitored or limited visitation with your child. And that's sad. So, man, do better, dog. When she start doing that bullshit, don't act a fool. Be cordial. Say, hey, give me my son. I'm going about my business. If you're going to stay here and do what you do, I'm not paying for your hotel. I'm not obligated to do that. And if I'm paying you any type of child support, use that child support money to pay for your goddamn hotel. I'm not putting you up for nothing. We no longer together. You just so happen to be the mother of my son. That's it. Other than that, you ain't shit to me.
We know them white women tears online hold a little bit more weight though. When they start getting on camera, trying to cry and try to play the victim. That's what I'm referring to. We know that's a whole different ball game. It does matter. It does hold a different weight in a court of public opinion, so to speak.
I mean, I
No, I can dig
understand,
that.
but any woman's tear is gonna hold that type of weight too. Now, is you talking about a little bit different? Yeah, well, maybe in Oklahoma you're correct because that is Oklahoma. Well, it's different there. Let's just say that. But a woman's tears, period, and we know how that goes, man. Especially in the family court, they gonna turn it on and they gonna turn it off. Look, I'm telling you, they gonna be all dried up when they get in the family outside the family court. But when she walks in, that false is gonna be running.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just one of them situations. Um, a lot of times they be the ones waiting. They see you about to be a first round draft pick. They see the potential, and they go ahead and get knocked up real quick, hoping that they could become a millionaire along with you. It didn't work out apparently for that situation, and the fact that now he's in the G League, and it's going to be tougher for him to get back into the NBA with this stain on him right now. It's going to be tough. I know Marcus will probably know a little bit more about how that goes, but from what I understand, like how you are and how you behave in the public when you have incidents like this, I would imagine it's going to be detrimental to your career because people won't want to be associated with it because it's a fan base, and that's just part of it. So you have to be very careful. It doesn't look like he did too much, but he still did too much, right? In a situation like that, I would advise man to say nothing, right? This is one of the times you just plead the fifth. Don't say anything. Just let her look stupid. She was gaslighting him, obviously. That's what she was fishing for. She was fishing for a viral moment so she could clip it up however she wanted to. She get on cap cut and edit like you a professional, cut everything out that might have been nasty that you said, because that's how females will do it. They'll sit there, gaslight you, say a whole bunch of the most egregious things possible, cut that part out, and present your response. So your best ammunition, so nothing could ever get taken out of context, is just retreat. To be honest, in the public, she pull her phone out, retreat. Don't say anything, just ignore her. She's gonna look like a fool if she's not getting a response. Then they don't have anything to think about except for what she's saying. If she's just coming at you and saying stuff and you ignoring her and retreating, now she looks like the villain. And that's your best possible response to avoid women like that. Because at this point, once a woman um once they break up with you, they hate you. And they try to make your life miserable at that point. So he's gonna be in a bad situation. You're just gonna have to like that's she he should have bust on her face instead, bro. That's just my opinion. He should have
Right.
never. Like for real. Like that's what she should have got, and he wouldn't be in this situation. Don't
And
don't do it,
it looked
man.
like he
Don't do it. You
disappeared
got
too.
to vet these women better. Yeah, it's a problem, man. I'm sad for the dude and the child. Think about that. If you have a father who wants to be in a child's life, and you want to take that away from him, are you crazy? You got somebody who wants to be involved, who wants to take him out, give him some game, take care of him, nurture him, and now you want to go ahead and take that away from him. That's ludicrous.
But that woman is obviously too young, at least mentally, to be having children in the first place. Got to vet these women better, man. Stay away from these you know what's fishing for an opportunity.
Go ahead, King Talk.
You muted, bro.
You good now? Go ahead. Oh, we can't hear you. Did you get a phone call? You on mute? No. You might gotta hit that refresh button.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, M. White. You on mute?
You
Just say
muted
you.
too, bro.
I agree with Trev. Shit, the best scenario is to make sure you vet whoever you're gonna be talking about settling down. We can hear you now. You want to go in, King Talk?
You go ahead after you.
All right. So the best scenario is make sure you vet and you set up an actual family structure so you can avoid all of these type of things. But in the chance that you did not do it the right way and you find yourself in this situation, the best thing you can do is figure out how to make that shit work amicably without having to get the courts involved and have her playing games on both sides, keeping the kids away from you and all that shit. Because ultimately, the kid gonna suffer the most. Shit, she clearly was antagonizing that man. He clearly was responding in ways that was gonna get him in the jam when she bring that shit to court. Yeah, ideally, I know it's hard in the moment, but ideally, shit, eat that and think about what's best for the child if it's possible.
All right, go ahead, King Talk.
I feel like I'm just going to be reiterating what he says, but I'll be a little bit more colorful for the purpose of those who are sensitive to my pandering. Leave it on her face, leave it on her ass, leave it on her stomach. Don't give your semen to somebody that won't accept your last name. Short, sweet, and to the point. A little something for the alphas, a little something for everybody else.
Copy that. Go ahead, KP. KP, you there?
This is one of the exact things that if I lower my voice and strengthen my argument, which makes sense. If he had an unk like me around him with no kids, he'd have known how to vet that. He'd have known to stay away from that. Because you can't hide from certain things, but people have been through it. They know what signs, what type of women you have around you, and they help you discern better. I'd be like, nah, that don't fly. You're young and impressionable. You could be like that young man that Drea got, or the one that Zion got. Could I keep going on names after names of these repeated mistakes as for vetting poorly because they didn't have someone around them? Then you have people that say family structure. Suppose you ain't got that. You need those with the megaphone. Young,
Do you hold your boy
don't do
accountable?
that. That's a life-altering decision. Now look at you.
Do you hold your boy accountable the way you
Now
hold
look
women?
at you. So that means everything that's happening. Okay, so now look at you. So now everything that's happening to you in real time on video, you're responsible for. Cause and reaction. Now you got to eat that because you were a poor judge and you got to do like Shannon said a couple of weeks ago, cut your ties. Cut the frustration and start fresh. Make sure you take care of your kid and then regroup. Find that person that will give you the spoonful of bitters and hold that megaphone. You can't do that again. Unc, how you know? You ain't got no kids. Yeah, I could have had two. Those women didn't want to keep them. Then you get old and bitter, supposedly. Or you be able to convey a message how A woman tried to do that to you too. So you can vet better. Some people just don't listen if you speak softly. Sometimes you got to get on top of that mountaintop and yell till you ain't got nothing more in your lungs. Maybe it'll penetrate these hard skulls out here. You seen the sufferation on that young man's face as he walked by that fireplace, just wishing he was anywhere else but there. But he got to accept it. Young men, tighten up. I digress.
All right. Go ahead, Shan.
Y'all see that clip, man, of Cameron going off on his show? Him and Mace. Cameron, he went off on Trevon Diggs. He was like, you know, Mace is trying to save him, but he was talking about Joy, you know, Bow Wow and you seen that clip? It's a clip out there. I want y'all to find that clip. Cameron went in on Trevon. He went in on his ass. He said, "Nah, I warned him." And he did. Now he got what he got. It's a dope clip. And it reminds me of these hard-headed young men today. I'm wondering, uncle or not, father or not, grandfather or not, they think they know what they're doing. And they think old school dudes like me, like Kenny, like JR, they think that he don't know what he's talking about. I got this, Unc. I got it. It's like, oh, okay, until you don't got it. And Cameron went in. That was a dope clip. Y'all go find it later on. And Trev, these women, they don't give a damn about these kids, man. These kids is an accessory to them. This woman is upset. They don't care. You know, she is upset that she fumbled a millionaire. This kid, RJ, he made $4 million last year, $2 million per year for the 3 years prior to that, back to 2020. They're mad that they don't got the man no more. And she ain't gonna find another RJ. She just not going, it's just not gonna happen. And notice how TMZ and they look at, did you notice how they emphasized the bullshit? And they didn't discuss how she berated him. They said that he berated her.
They
And
demonized him,
he put his hands on it. He admitted this, that, and the other, and all this other kind of. Man, it's Jonathan Majors all over again, and we can't tell him. We try to say, like, Young Buck, listen, I'm trying to protect you, but they think they hard-headed. They think they know better, man. She wanted a room for 45 days, not just one night, because she wanted to go somewhere else. Yeah, and she made it seem like it was part of the court order that he had to provide a room or some bullshit.
45 days?
It was his, because she wanted to stay. She didn't want to just get the kid and go back and take another 11-hour trip back to where she came from. She took an 11-hour drive down to where she was. The baby been up since 5. It was 8 to 8 was the time. So this all happened in the morning. The later on video where she said it's 7:26 and he's not here and blah blah blah. It's 7:26. Why are you even making a video at 7:26 and his time is 8 to 8? Make the video at 8:26, 9:26. Talk about how he's late. Why are you talking about why the baby ain't here early? But that's what they do. They make it seem like you kidnapping your kid on your time. This is not a white woman thing, man. They all do this. This is a modern woman thing, bro. And all the footage we got is on her camera phone, her side. Why? Because attention is a drug, and modern women are drug addicts. And you guys got to be careful, man. I need to do a class. JR, we should do a special show called How to Identify Shame, Insults, Guilt, and the Need to Be Right. Because when you talk too much, I think, was it Trev that said it? He should have just shut the fuck up. You guys got to be able to identify that that's all they got. They can't beat you up. They ain't gonna outspit. She ain't got the bread. All they got is a mouth, man. But that mouth it cuts like a sword. I mean, it's biblical. It's biblical. We got it in the Bible. They go sit in the corner of the roof. They was telling men to sit in the corner of the roof 2,000 years ago. You think anything changed now? Nothing. But you have to be able to identify it and combat it with stoicism. You got to be able to combat it with logic and reason, brothers. That's the only way to win. That's all you got left. All you have left today is to walk away. And if you can't walk away, just be quiet and sit there. But to be going back and forth, me and JR had a good conversation earlier today. We was talking about going back and forth. There's some people you just don't even go back and forth with them. It's just when some of the modern women, it's just like you got to just let them just go, get it off. Say it. I know you're pushing my buttons, you're trying to trigger me, but you have to be able, gentlemen, young king, you have to be able to identify when you are being triggered. You know, this whole thing is she's simply mad that she ain't got you no more. She is upset because she thought that she could replace you, and she can't. More often than not, they can't replace you guys. More often than not, your ex did not level up past you. And if you realize that and you understand the power, people always talk about who's the prize, and you already know my philosophy on that stuff. If you recognize how powerful you are, you wouldn't trip. But a lot of times you guys just don't know your power.